Hey everyone, so now I'm going to be showing y'all my November, cannot believe we're in November already, but my November TBR. So TBR stands for to be read, in case you're wondering. So these are the books that I am at least 90% sure I'm going to be reading this month. Hopefully I'll read more than this, but you know, I don't like to plan out every single book because a lot of the time I just kind of read whatever I feel like reading. With a few exceptions, of course. As of right this moment, I'm actually reading 3 books, so obviously I'm going to finish those. So one of the books that I'm reading is Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, the 3rd book in the Hunger Games trilogy, and this is, of course, a reread for me. I had to kind of force myself to reread this one. I love it. I still do. I mean, it's a Hunger Games book. How can I not love it? I know some people absolutely hate it. I love it. I actually might love it even more so far. I'm about halfway, at least halfway. I think I'm a little bit over halfway finished with it. And yeah, I had to reread it because of the movie coming out this month, or Mockingjay Part 1 coming out this month. So I had to reread it because it's actually been a few years since I've read it. Right around the time it came out is when I read the Hunger Games trilogy, which is basically the first books that I've, read because I wanted to, not because somebody forced me to do it. I'm not, disliking it like I kind of thought I would. I know what's going to happen, and I know of all the bad things that's going to happen, and the whole situation with PETA is the only reason that I haven't reread it sooner. Hunger Games and Catching Fire I could reread 100 million times easily, and I probably will. This one, who knows, this may be the last time I ever reread it, or it may be, I maybe reread it several times in the future. But yeah, I gotta finish this one because I started it. So the next book I'm reading is Insurgent by Veronica Roth, the 2nd book in the Divergent trilogy. I know what you're thinking, how are you just now reading Insurgent? So here's how that story goes. I read Divergent years ago, like before it was that big. Like really not very many people had read it when I read it. I think Insurgent had just come out, like just came out, and it really wasn't all that popular back then. Only within, I would say, like the last year, maybe a year and a half, has it really gotten big. So I bought Divergent and I read it, and I don't know, I just was not as into it as everyone else. My best friend told me to read it. I didn't find it on BookTube or anything like that. One of my best friends told me, she hadn't even read it yet actually, which is kind of ironic. She told me to read it because somebody else told her to read it, and so I bought it at Barnes & Noble. And yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good book, but I didn't think it was just an absolutely amazing book. Like, I have read a lot better dystopian books than Divergent. Don't kill me, please. And I started Insurgent, actually. I started book backwards. That was intelligent. I started reading it on my iPad, and it just, I don't know, I couldn't get into it, so I never finished it. I picked it up again because with the movie coming out, the movie I liked even more than the book, honestly. The Divergent movie was so good, and it just kind of made me want to read Insurgent. I am liking it a lot better this time through. I don't know how far through I am. I'm probably about a third of the way done. And like I said, I am enjoying it a lot more than I did the first time around, and I know I'll finish it this time. And then even though everyone on the flippin' internet ruined Allegiant for me, I will be reading Allegiant 2 at some point. Probably not this month, which is why I didn't include it in this video, but sooner or later I will read it. Allegiant, that is. So yeah, that's number 2. And the 3rd book I'm reading at the moment, this is insane, I don't even know why I'm reading this many books, is Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. This is the 1st book in the Shatter Me trilogy. I have heard on BookTube nothing but good things about this book. However, I was so shocked. I looked on Goodreads because I was adding it to my currently reading list. Wow, are the reviews bad. Like, I saw more 1-star reviews than I've seen for any other popular book. Like, it was bad. I don't know why. Like, because everyone on BookTube just seems to absolutely love this book, despite of the horrendous cover. And I'm not that far into it. I am only on page 62 out of about 336 pages. So, you know, I'm not that far into it. You can't probably see that. So far, I mean, it's alright. I like the way it's written. It's written with very... like, it's very interestingly written. Some of the words are like, have a line through them that look like somebody just took a marker and, or like a pen and went over it. And this girl is very, like, mentally unstable. And I kind of like that about her because it's more realistic. Like, the things this girl has gone through, you know, it makes sense that she's mentally kind of off a little bit because she, like, she repeats herself a lot and different things like that. And I think that is why a lot of people hate it, because of the writing. But, you know, as some booktubers have brought out, some people can either find this extremely annoying or extremely beautiful. And so far, I like it. It just makes it unique. This book is about a girl who has powers that she can't control. She destroys everything she touches, basically. Like, she'll kill people if they touch her, and she doesn't know how to control it, and she doesn't know why they're happening, and all that stuff. And my guess is that you won't find out some of the stuff until at least towards the end of this book. It's something that you're probably going to be guessing about for a while. Yeah, so it's an interesting premise. You know, like I said, a lot of booktubers just absolutely love this book, so it made me, you know, want to buy it and read it. So here I am, bought it and reading it. So the next 3 books I do not have yet. The 4th book I want to read is Never Fade. Never Fade is the 2nd book in the Darkest Minds trilogy, so I can't really tell you what it's about without spoiling it. And The Afterlight is the 3rd book in the trilogy. It's a trilogy, right? Pretty sure it's a trilogy. Yeah. So it's the 3rd book, and it just came out, I think, the end of October. I read The Darkest Minds in October, so I was sad that I couldn't pick up right where I left off, although it did put me in a book hangover, so it's probably, you know, didn't really matter because I had to read something else because, wow, that book put me in such a book hangover. Oh my goodness. But anyways, just came out and I'm getting it in the mail. And the 6th book that I want to read is Lola and the Boy Next Door, because I'm reading a lot of very action-y, tense books, and I know I'm going to need like a kind of fluffy contemporary read, and I know Lola and the Boy Next Door will be that. I read Anna and the French Kiss a month or 2 ago, and I'm probably going to be reading Lola and the Boy Next Door on my iPad. So yeah, that is my November to be read pile. Pretty excited to get on all of these books. Like I said, hopefully I'll read more than this, but I'm just gonna, you know, read the other ones when I feel like it. I'm going on a trip to Colorado in the end of November to visit my brother and sister-in-law, so I'm probably going to be kind of busy anyways, so I may just stick with 6 books. I don't know. We'll see on the end of November wrap-up. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.